too early in the morning, guys, but let's have a look at the DAX anyway. And a warm welcome to one and all. And for those of you who have not seen me before, my name is Langers, and I am the Scruffy Trade. And it is currently just after 6. I've just switched the screens on, having a little look to see what the world has to show for me. And I'm going to continue this series of the DAX trades. And the idea is to find one setup that you can kind of trade between 6 and 8, build a nest egg, and then go about your day or do your day job, whatever. Now, the idea is to get to a minimum of 10 pips. Now, in a perfect world, that'll be one trade, but you might do 5 and 5. It doesn't really matter, because that's the thing with trading. It's not rigid. You have to have a little bit of sort of fluid within it. Be a bit loose, if you like. So if you like all this sort of thing, please subscribe to the channel. It genuinely helps and motivates me to do more of this. If you're stuck, my contact details are in the description, as is a good discount code for the 5% as prop fund. You get 5% off that. You find my preferred brokers like BlackBull. BlackBull have 500 to 1 leverage at this moment in time, and if you use the link, you'll get free education. Drop a bit of money into it, place a few trades. I'll even give you some of my time in the form of a one-to-one. So enough of the self-plugging or whatever, but it's just me giving you a bit of value, guys. It really is. Let's jump on the screens and we'll see what we're doing, because this series of videos is just a vlog of results, because it's a forward test of what I'm trying to achieve. Okay, so here we are. We're on the DAX. This morning will, by the looks of things, be short, and there's actually no shock as to why it's going to be short, because you can see a sustained move on the hourly, and now it's breaking down a little bit. Now, yesterday on my wage account, I was actually trading this move, and if you see the video, it's kind of the one where I'm showing Winky how these things work. I said I'd be targeting down to here and down to here. I got what I needed yesterday, and sure enough, the market has moved down into the areas that I kind of picked out yesterday. But it's given me a good opportunity for this morning as well. Now, this could easily bounce back up, sort of as it's coming into this section here. You can see there's a cluster point, and when it comes to there, it is a certain cluster point. Still has a ways to get there. However, in the meantime, you can see it's pushing up a little bit, so it could push up back to the base of these and then roll back down. So I've got to be a bit careful, so I'm just going to watch it, let it run up, and then I'll be looking to enter. So I'm going to do this as a single camera shot. I'm just going to leave the camera running so you can see the orders, etc., and then when it's finished, I'll come back to you, have a little chat sort of thing. So but before we scoot away, have a little look to see where we're up to, because this is what we're doing. So at the moment, we've had 2 days at this 100% win rate. We've increased its balance by 3.6, and I just put a basic target in of doubling the account. We 1.8 into that target of 1,000. Very, very simple stuff. And I keep basic spreadsheets like this because I do like to journal what I'm doing and keep a note of where I'm up to and what I'm trying to achieve. And you'll see this here. This is the bid counter. It's moving up slightly. It's kind of based loosely on this compound plan, and then when I get it up a bit higher, it'll turn into a wage maker, and the wage maker basically you put in what you want for the year, it'll tell you what you need to do on a daily basis. And again, it helps guide you in what you're doing. So keeping sheets like this is very important to your trading. And for me, I live and die on them. I've run businesses over 20 years, and information is key. So I'll let it run. We're looking to get around 10 pips minimum, and hopefully we'll have it done by 8 o'clock. But the idea of what I'm doing is, if I am not done, I'll be able to set and forget as well. So it's kind of like 2 bites of the cherry, if you like. So that's it. I'll let it run out, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay guys, I need to switch the camera off because I need to do a bit of work this afternoon with the scruffs, and they want me to break down some charts. Now this looks terrible, and it is. It certainly is. However, where it's peaking out is a key level, which is kind of what I was vaguely working on. There it is there. So this is why I'm holding on to it, because as I was saying in the video yesterday, if this happens, it's going to be in and around this area. If it gets any higher, up into 100 quid, I'll just kill it. I'll just take my medicine and I'll kill it. But it is so stretched, there has to be movement. Now this is not necessarily the mechanical system, this is just me being me, because I still need to read and work a chart. And if this happens, well, we'll get a decent return. And as you see, it's targeted down here, so it's still a decent amount of money. If it comes back and keeps on going, I'll work it to get there. Now the problem I have with this account is it is small. It's currently standing at 518, and I know you can say, well, your risk is too big. Well, that's up to you. I trade my way, and I don't go into a trade willy-nilly. I know what I'm doing, and what you got to remember is this is a forward test. It's not actual trading. What it is, it's just a minuscule amount for me to iron out certain things. And the DAX is absolutely brutal. And you try and trade this with a tight stop, you're wasting your time. You need to let this thing breathe. The problem with it is, because of the amount of air you need it to breathe, it can be painful if you get caught. So eventually you've just got to cut your losses, if you like. But I'll come back to this later on, and I'll kind of explain it a little bit more, a little bit better. But all you need to take away from these videos is this is a rolling test. I want to see what the stretch points are against the way the account moves, and against the sort of indicators that I'm using to help me gauge the trade. But I'm definitely always paying attention to levels. and if that level is 150 pips away, then that's where I've got to hide stops. It's that simple, guys. I've got no other choice. So it's still holding on. It hasn't given me a margin call or anything as yet, although if it bounces up again much higher, it might, because it went down to about 50 pence and then backed away, which is fine, because if you get a margin call, they'll let you hold it for so long, but once it goes any further in, they'll just close it for you. So I've got to be wary of that as well. But at the minute, it's a pain in the arse, but it's just part of the process of what I have to go through, and I have to go through the pain in order to iron it all out. All right, so that's what I'm doing. All right, so I'll catch you later.
Well, we're waiting.
Well, good morning, guys. It is morning. Well, it's actually the middle of the night. It's touching 5 o'clock in the morning. Why am I up this early? Because I said I'd help somebody with the Asian session, and what I'm going to do now is just show you what happened with the DAX, because it was a royal run yesterday, but it was loosely planned. Okay, so let's have a look. So as you can see, it's had a royal sell-off, and I know there's people going to be out there screaming and bawling, you let it run too far. I've done this over 15 years. I know what I'm doing, and it did exactly what I said it was going to do. Because what you've got to be prepared for in these markets is squeezes, and you do have to have certain criteria in place that if you're wrong, you're wrong, and that's it. Now, in my normal account, I would have staged this. I would have definitely been staging all the way up to here, you know, because that was the logical point of the turn, as I said earlier. And if I pop this back to the daily, it's exactly where I said it would be, you know, and because of that, I was prepared for it. If it went much higher, well, then that's just one of those things. And down it come. It's come down a bit vicious than I thought, or quicker than I thought, rather. I thought it would grind down a little bit like that, but no, bump, down it came. But it did do what I, well, kind of intended to do. And I've made notes on that, because like I say, this is a test. So it's got me 1204. But remember, it's 1204 off pennies, so it's not too bad. So it's 1204, and like I say, put a couple of notes in to help me refine what it is we're up to. So we're still good, 3 trades in, and we've grown by 6%, and we 3% of the goal. Could be better, but it certainly could be worse. And that's kind of what these forward tests are about. It's ironing all of that out. Okay, so as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, and above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.